Welcome back guys to my channel, and we're gonna be looking at the second game of the World Chess Championship between Gukesh Dommaraju and Ding Liren. Now in the first game, Gukesh he got Ding into some trouble with some preparation, but in the end it didn't quite work out as well as he intended it to work out, because there was some type of a time scramble and eventually Ding was able to win that game. But what about in the second game? Normally whenever you're playing a tournament and you lose a game or two, then you are told to try and stop the bleeding, because if you're a fighter and you are bleeding and you are fighting still, then it's not gonna help you that much. So before you continue fighting, you are told to stop the bleeding. So let's see what Gukesh is gonna try to do. If he's gonna play a little bit more aggressive, because he got the black pieces and Ding got the white pieces, and normally the person who goes first, normally they can make threats, so they have like a very slight advantage. The person who plays first has some advantages. So this is the second game, and let's see what Ding does. Ding opens with e4, and it's a solid opening, and Gukesh goes with e5. It's also solid, symmetrical, and he develops the knight to f3, and he also develops the knight to c6, and he develops the bishop on that nice diagonal, and he also develops the bishop on a nice diagonal. Those bishops, both of them are looking at that f pawns, so there might be some tactics. So he just solidifies the center and he develops the knight. He also develops the knight to c3, and he goes a6. Now this is just making some space for this knight, well, for this bishop, because this bishop can be attacked. The knight can go there, pressuring this bishop. So he's just making some retreating squares, because he doesn't want to go here or here, because he wasted a move. It's gonna be like wasting a move. So Ding is like, okay, I'm just gonna take him space, and Gukesh he just solidifies the center with d6. Ding decides to castle, and he also goes h6, and h6 is just a useful move. If the king ever castles this way, the king is gonna be somewhat safe, because you're not gonna have like any backquake issues, nothing like that. And also this bishop cannot go here and pin this knight. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. So that's why it's like multi-purpose. He plays h6. The bishop goes right there, and the other bishop goes right there, opposing. Everybody's kind of playing like copycat. You develop your bishop, I'm going to develop your bishop also. Ding takes more space on the other side, and he takes the bishop, he takes back, and then he decides to castle, and he decides to take the knight. And as you can see, this is somewhat like symmetrical pawn structure, and whenever you have like a symmetrical pawn structure like this, it's like drawish, because you can't really make like some type of attack work. It's normally strategic whenever you have symmetrical structure. It's all about strategy. So he just solidifies the c4 pawn, and he decides to take, and he takes. He goes right there, and it looks like a glitch, but no, it's not a glitch. He decides to go rook to c1. So normally you are told to put rooks on like open files, and this is the only open file. Like all the other files are closed. They're like closed. So this is like the only open file. And Ding just went back. Like he went there and then he went there. You are told to take control of the open files. You know, maybe you can double rooks like here or here, but right now it's not so easy because of these knights. Like you can go here, you cannot go here, you cannot go here, you cannot go here. And also the same for Ding. He cannot go here, 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 here. So in this case, it doesn't really matter too much. That's why he decided to go there. And Gukesh decides to centralize the knight. He declines the trade, because if he traded here, then he might even take this way or this way, and this guy is gonna have to move, and this guy might be almost like a passed pawn because that did not happen. Let me just go back. That did not happen. Yeah, that did not happen. Okay, so he decides not to trade, and he goes he plays right there. And the king, it's the end game, so you gotta bring your king to the center. It's like the end game. And Gukesh is making some small improvements, and the other rook goes right there. Okay, so as you can see, he finally went back because, you know, you gotta, rooks belong on open files. Even though he played there, he has to go back eventually, because he needs to, if he doesn't do anything, the other rook is gonna go there, and it's gonna be pretty difficult to take control of this open file. So before the road is clogged, he decides to contest it, and Ding just plays a solid move. The king goes there and not much is happening. He's like, you wanna trade the knight? Because now if you trade the knights, he can even take, and then you can take back, and then he can take, and it looks like it's gonna be, you know, I mean, you can play this position out, but it looks like, you know, nothing much is happening. So he decides to go back, and he goes there, and he goes there, and he's like, okay. So they repeated moves. Yeah, so game 2 was somewhat peaceful. So I don't know if this is like the calm before the storm, but we'll see. Yeah, that's game 2, guys. Nothing much happened, but hopefully in game 3 maybe fireworks, but I'm not too sure. Normally whenever you're like playing with the black pieces, you always want to be solid, and white also, they don't want to overpress, and sometimes that happens. And these are the results. So with this draw, Ding still retains the lead. He's still like, because of the first game. And also I was like on the chess.com chess24 YouTube channel, and they literally made they made this, you know. So you know, so whatever happens, guys, just remember to take it easy, you know. Take it easy. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.